he could be the next heavyweight champion.
If I was a betting man, I'd say he probably doesn't fight for a title again.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's what fighters do.
Live on the Fightlete Report.
Different. It's just a totally different world.
They will promote all the fighters and we're working together.
I don't want to do it at 80% or 90%. I want to be 100, 110%.
It's been an honor to have you on the show. A very familiar face, of course, friend of the show, Raufeon, Super Stots, of course. And right now competing at the Bellator MMA Bantamweight division, defeated Cass Bell At Bellator 242, and that was only about a week ago. And it was last month, of course, 14-1, and trains at Routusport. Now you're 2-0 in Bellator. So Raufeon, how are you doing, man? And I think about a couple years ago, your future was going. You didn't know what had happened after Victory FC. Now you went to LFA, and then keep your your record on track, going to Bellator. So talk about the choices you've made in the past year and a half to get where you've been.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, man. This fight game is a roller coaster, man. 1 second you're up, 1 second you're down. But I feel like things are coming up all Stots coming up all good things are yet to come, and good things have happened. Ever since that VFC kind of dismantled, and I went to LFA. I feel like every step has been closer to the right direction. So I'm feeling good. I went to LFA. I won 3 straight, or was it 3 or 4? I think it was 3. 3 straight, and then I went to or no, it was maybe 4. I don't even know. And then I went to Bellator, and I feel like everything is like it all happened for a reason. Like my first fight was in Hawaii, of all places, so I got to experience that with my family, and then my next fight was the first fight back for after Corona or COVID, so, and that was an awesome experience. So I couldn't get much happier than I am right now. I'm feeling good.
Definitely. Obviously safety is concerned, with everybody in the MMA game. And you guys still, as fighters, are resilient ones. You still find time to work out. Don't take it as an excuse. Those of you who are really focused on your career. And so did you find it was difficult, it was challenging because you had to find other ways to go, obviously train for fights, work out. Routusport was closed for some time as well.
Yeah, it was definitely difficult. I found a new I pretty much created a home gym, you know what I mean? And I appreciated my basement a lot more than I have in the past, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because I was strictly working out in the basement and going out on runs, So I had a bag in the basement. I had like a ground and pound bag. I had jump ropes, and I would do a lot of shadow boxing, a lot of bag work, and also I added some mental training things. I added affirmations to my training, and so at that time it was definitely difficult, but like you said, you'll either find a way, if it's something you really want to do, you're gonna find a way to do it, you know what I mean? And I don't need my coaches, I don't need anybody like pushing me to do something that I want to be. If you want to be great at something, you're gonna find a way to be great at it. And instead of finding excuses, the champions, they find a way.
For sure. And then eventually it did open up where you could have smaller groups. So did you find yourself in the team being divided into smaller groups? How did that work out?
Yeah, as you know, like Routusport, we don't have like the biggest team, but everybody on our team is like super elite. So it just like kind of concentrated the team a little more. We had to kind of focus on the fighters that had fights readily, or that had the potential of having fights readily. So I was training with as usual, training with Sergio, Anthony Pettis, Manuel Sanchez, Christian Rodriguez, Brian Bautista, Jordan Griffin, and Chris Wright. It was just like we had to keep it down to groups of 10. You know, so I also did some training with Gerald Mearshart and Jordan Newman and Brandon Allen. You know, but our team was pretty short, or pretty small, like even more condensed than it was before, you know, because we just didn't know what was going to happen. But we knew at that point when we had started training, whenever we started training, we had Anthony that was finna fight, Gerald that was finna fight. And so, you know, we just kind of made it work. Duke and Anthony sat down, and they just found a way to make it work.
Definitely. And, you know, when you were called by Bellator, it had been, you know, almost a year since you fought, or, you know, almost half a year. So talk about how happy you were to get that call. And not only to fight, you know, for Bellator, but fight for the first event back. So you didn't have to wait. Yeah,
I was super excited. When my manager called me, I was like, when he first called me, he just called me to stay ready. So nothing was like official. He told me to stay ready, be ready by the end of July, you know. And I think I was on a fight trip with Jordan Griffin at the time, and I was just ecstatic, you know what I mean? We were already training, you know, for Jordan Griffin. So I was like, you know, that's nothing. I can be ready, you know, by the end of July. My weight never gets like super high, you know, so I'm always ready for kind of a short notice opportunity. So I was like super excited, you know what I mean? And I think Jordan was super excited. You know, it kind of brought the morale, you know, of us back, you know, or up, brought the morale up, and we were just, you know, ready to go. Yeah, for sure. I mean, you don't want to put your career on hold that long, especially when you're at this level, right? Yes, sir. So talk about, you know, the win. I mean, Cass Bell, tough guy. You know, you were in control the whole time. It did not seem like for a minute you were not in control. Like you were just ragged on him, had him, you know, basically, you know, had him, you know, you were implementing your domination onto him. So leading up to the finish that came by rear naked choke, talk about that. Gain that big finish, you know, putting an exclamation point on Bellator. You are here to stay. They made the right choice. Yeah, exactly. You know, Bellator, or I haven't talked about it a lot, but Cass Bell was 5-0, you know, and he had all his fights in the Bellator, you know, so he had tons of experience in the Bellator. He was, you know, talking about, you know, going out to fight for the belt and being in title contention, you know, and Bellator, he's had a lot of fights for Bellator, so Bellator was high on him, you know what I mean? And I just came in there and you know, showed part of my potential, and, you know, just let people know that, yeah, I'm bad as they say I am, you know what I mean? And you know, the finish was amazing because, like I said, I've been working on my mental training and working on, because I couldn't train as much, so I started adding the affirmations to kind of get my mind in a better state for fighting. So that's the thing that like blew up on ESPN, and Scott Coker, you know, retweeted. It was like accumulation of me saying that to myself, like every practice, every run I did, like every round pretty much that I did, every time I shadow box, every time I felt like that I was slacking, every time I felt like I was doing good, you know. So to actually see them catch that on camera, and then see me go out and do what I said, you know, that just adds more fuel to my fire and more hunger and, you know, more belief in myself. So finishing a guy like Cass Bell the way I did and dominating throughout the fight just proves to me what I've been saying. You know, I am confident and fearless in all that I do, and I dominate, excite, and finish fights. You know, that's what I do, and that's just how I got to live from now on. You know, when you're ready to fight again, any nagging injuries, anything that you have to address before you get back in there? Man, I literally don't have any injuries. I told them too when I tried to like catch the matchmakers, you know, if they wanted me to stay an extra week. I know they got a card August 7th. You know, I'm ready to fight whenever they're ready to have me fight. I would love to fight. I know they got obligations with the other fighters, you know, to get people fights, but I would love to fight again before the year is over. If they have a spot for me, you know, I'm ready and willing to fight any and everybody. Definitely. And what did you think of the main event? Because Sergio Pettis defeated Ricky Bandejas, now 135 pound. He's now 2-0 in Bellator as well. So next in line maybe for the title shot. Hell yeah, man. Routusport went 2-0. Sergio dominated. I dominated. So it was it was a good night to be on Routusport team. You know what I mean? Yeah, Sergio's a beast, man, and he well deserves. He deserved. You know, he's a vet in the game. He's young, but he's a super vet, and you know, he deserves nothing but the belt. You know what I mean? So I'm excited for him.
Definitely. I'll be excited to see who comes out the winner, and then Sergio will be there ready for him.
Yes, sir.
No, I know Anthony Pettis, your other teammate, he was recently linked to a fight with the Spider, Anderson Silva. So, like, you know, just hearing about it, what are your thoughts on the potential matchup? I really saw that him and Duke have been watching their fights together. You know, they got together and been watching Anderson's fights.
Yeah, man. I mean, Anthony is a legend, man, and he do legendary shit. So that he was like, man, give me the GOAT. I want the GOAT, and I've learned to never bet against Anthony because Anthony is a different specimen, man. He does legendary things, you know what I mean? So I'm excited for that fight because I know it's gonna be epic. You know, I can't wait to they actually if they announce it, or if I can't wait to, you know, that fight like becomes a fight, you know what I mean? So I know it's gonna be epic. I know it's gonna be epic.
Definitely, for sure. And you got Joe Mershard III. He's fighting tonight as well. So
Yep.
Routusport, you guys have definitely got a lot of fighters coming up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So for you, like just seeing everybody grinding, like when they were getting ready for their fights, whether it be Gerald or Anthony, and you know, what did that make you feel like? You know, like what was the driving force for you seeing them prepare and seeing them getting ready to fight?
Every time I see my teammates fight, I feel like it motivates me even more because you know, it's almost like they raise the bar. Every time they fight, you know, they almost like raise the bar for us, like as a team. Like, man, he just went out there and did some crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like some tough, you know what I mean? Every time like when I see or Anthony taking a fight on where it was like maybe 2 or 3 weeks, you know, with Cowboy Cerrone. You know, he took the fight and said, hey, I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna put my balls to the wall and I'm gonna freaking go out there and I'm gonna fight. You know what I'm saying? He's just raising the bar, you know. Gerald just took a fight, you know, a week's notice, up a weight class, don't care, you know what I mean? So it's just it raises the bar, I feel like, for us as a team, you know, to like live up to our teammates, you know what I mean? So it's amazing. It's an amazing vibe, and our work ethic and our like our mindset and our vibe is, you know, so on point right now, you know, with this the limited team that we have now. You know, we're able to do a lot more detail and a lot more technique, you know, and specific training. So, you know, I'm super excited and I can't wait to watch people to compete as well as compete myself.
Definitely. And when you look out there, I mean, anybody in there particular that you know you look at, and hey, if they're not part of Bellator, bring them to Bellator if they can come get some. Like anybody in particular.
Man, you know what? Outside of Bellator, I don't really know. I mean, I love to fight, you know, the top of their, you know, the weight class, Aljamain Sterling. No, actually, I would love to fight the one fight I lost, you know. That fight would be, you know, a fight that I wish I could have back, you know. Granted, you know, we're in different promotions and he's doing well, you know, so I'm happy for him. But for me, that'd be the fight that I want back, you know what I mean? I fought one other person. So the only other loss that I have, I've avenged, you know. So I gotta be patient and I can't go chasing after it. But you know, if I could get that one back, that'd be the one I want.
Yeah, Merab Devashili, right?
Yeah, Merab Devashili. He's doing really well. Yeah.
Yes.
He's fighting John Dodson here in a couple weeks.
Well, Raufeon, I appreciate you as always taking time to be on the Fightlete Report. Anybody wants to check you out, you know, let them know, social media and otherwise, anything you have to say out there to your fans. And the fan base is growing. Raufeon Supa Stots. Again, big win at Bellator 242. So hopefully we'll see you in the next couple of months for Bellator as well.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Yeah, if you want to reach me, just reach me at Raufeon Stots, one word, on Twitter and Instagram. Raufeon Stots, 2 words on Facebook. And yeah, stay tuned, man. I'm trying to stay as active as I can, given the times. I know it's tough, but I'm gonna try to fight before the end of the year. So just stay tuned.
Definitely, and I'm sure your teammate's gonna keep you busy
Yes,
preparing
sir.
for war as well.
Yes,
So,
sir.
I'm sure
Thank you.
have it busy couple months, whether you're getting ready for a fight or not.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Anytime, Raufeon. Take care, my friend. Be
Yes,
safe.
sir. You too.